You're listening to The Lyndia Grant Show. Think on these things with Lyndia Grant.
Well, good evening, Radio 1 listeners. You're listening to The Lyndia Grant Show. Thank you for tuning in to today's show. Christmas is only 8 days away, you all. Can you believe that? I got a copy of pictures of my grandbaby from Atlanta, Georgia today with visiting Santa Claus. She looks so gorgeous. I am having today just one guest. Dr. Julian Malvo is tied up in some business with the college out there in California. So my guest is Connie Madison. She's my church member, my friend, and my co-worker, and I am so pleased to have her on as my guest today. She is the CEO and founder of a cleaning company right here in the District of Columbia, located in Anacostia, called Think Clean, spelled with a K. Welcome to the show today, Connie.
Greetings, Lyndia. You are too kind. And to the Radio 1 listeners, happy holidays. I thank you for having me on.
Yes. Glad to have you today. So we got the whole show, so we get a chance to talk about whatever we want to talk about. We'll talk about a little bit about some of the things you've been doing. The first thing I want to do, though, before we get started is just have them tell them a little bit about how long ago you started and how you got the idea to start a business. This particular business.
Yes. Okay. Well, this idea came from, it goes way back to when I was a child, being a little poor child, you wish for something better and you have dreams. And I had a dream to have a business or be an entrepreneur or, just have a better life. And fast forward, that dream never left me. It's just was in my heart. I got a breakthrough one day, and I started this business. I just went down to DCRA and started the cleaning business. Easy to do. That's the easy part, starting the business.
The paperwork part.
That's right. That's the easy part, okay?
Getting incorporated, yes.
Yes. And now, here's the hard part. Building the business up, growing it, establishing yourself. Still in that phase. But it's been a good journey, and I've had help along the way with agencies who have mentored me, and, I'm in a learning process, because it's a business part to it. I know the cleaning part, but there's a business aspect to it.
That's right. There are two parts that we have to all do. Just like me running Lyndia Grant and Associates, LLC. I have to do the actual work of whatever it is we're doing, but then I also got to keep my paperwork together. All of my filing my taxes and all of the licensing, all the stuff that we require. And so I'm so happy to hear you say that. I wanted to talk about, did you volunteer and do any work before we go to our commercial break? Did you do any volunteer work, or how did you build up to even decide that one day you're going to start a business? Was it something you were doing on the side, or how did that part happen?
Yeah, well, I've always done side cleaning. As a matter of fact, I've been cleaning my church for the past 18 years and cleaning, I've cleaned a museum before, and, doing little...
Tell them which museum. You ain't telling them nothing. You just said my church and the museum. The African American Civil War Museum for Councilman Frank Smith. Yes. Tell them what you did.
Yes. Well, it wasn't a job. It was, just...
It's all right. I was there. I know you came in and took care of business, so I know.
Well, thank you, Lyndia.
And
You're
you
right.
did a good job.
Yeah, so, and being that a cleaning business is something that's easy to start, it's not like you have to have a whole degrees and, a whole bunch of background to start a cleaning business. So that's how I came into the cleaning business. And also I had a desire to create jobs, not just the business, but to create jobs I live in Ward 8, and over here in Ward 8, we need jobs, and these people have problems with getting jobs. They have obstacles that hinder them from being able to get a job. And, it's easy to get a cleaning job. This would be like a stepping stone. So, that was my thought. My desire was to create, this job, this business, so that I could hire folks. That's my goal.
Well, I'm excited about it because I want to let everybody know that Think Clean LLC went all the way to Baltimore when my son bought his new home. He just bought a new home in September, and we called on Connie Madison, her Think Clean services. And some people had been living in the home. It was very nice, but they had moved only a few weeks. And then he got his keys, and it was sort of a quick turnover. And because of COVID and they had a new baby, they really wanted to have somebody else come in there to help get some of that dirt and grime out of the house. And I don't mean it was filthy, but you know what I mean. Germs are unseen. You can't see germs. All you know is that when somebody else has been living there, you need somebody to come in and get that initial layer of stuff off so you can feel more comfortable, even if you want to go clean again. So that's what we did. I recommended Connie, and my son said okay. And his wife went on and called Connie and confirmed. And Connie, thank you, because that was a big job and it helped, and we are so grateful for your services.
And I thank you for recommending me.
Yes, indeed. I recommended you because we go to All Nations Baptist Church, and Connie keeps that church clean. And when we were doing our contract work with the Mary Help, I hired Connie to clean after every time we would have our seminars and we would have our dinners. I'm trying to help you get some business, Connie. Every time we had our events, I didn't have to worry. All I had to do is pay my staff and everybody get all this paperwork out, and I knew that Connie was going to make sure that church was clean, because my pastor, Reverend Dr. James Coleman, don't play. And when you leave from there, you better have that place clean. So I knew, because Connie already cleaned the church, I knew she knew how to do it and that it would be done correctly. And so I thank you for that, Connie. And I'm praying that when we start back up again, you'll be there to help us again. And sometimes, Connie, I'll go in other churches, and I ain't going to call no churches' names, but they don't feel as clean as ours, because I'm going to tell you right now, between you, the way Pastor Coleman is, and the way you clean, you got us spoiled. We enjoy it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your kindness and the words that you're saying. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, well, you do. You do an excellent job, and we appreciate you for that. And one thing I know, after being in business 40 years, one thing we ought to do as Christians, we on WYCB, we ought to help one another. And I'm going to stop right there, because then I got more I want to talk to you about. But we're going to get ready to go to a commercial break, and then we're going to come back and finish talking to you about Think Clean LLC, located in Anacostia. We're talking to Consuela Madison. We call her Connie. And she's from the All Nations Baptist Church, so am I. And we're going to be talking some more about her services when we come back from a commercial break. You're listening to the Lyndia Grant Show. Stay tuned.
wasn't for my care coach at AmeriHealth, I probably wouldn't be so healthy right now. As a man, we don't get checkups or see a doctor regularly anyways. It's probably just a man thing because none of my partners go either. We know we should, but we just don't, and hope it works out.
So what changed for you?
AmeriHealth assigned me a care coach, somebody that gives one-on-one help, answer questions, explain things, and help set my appointments. She also helped me understand what having high blood pressure really means and ways to manage it so it doesn't kill me. It ain't nothing to play with. If you're a member of AmeriHealth, ask for a care coach. I'm glad I got mine.
At AmeriHealth, if you need a care coach, you can have one. Just call us at 1-877-759-6224 to get connected. 1-877-759-6224. This program is funded in part by the government of the District of Columbia Department of Healthcare Finance. Mayor Muriel Bowser.
Washington Informer religion columnist Lyndia Grant.
Ida B. Wells, born into enslavement, was a journalist and activist. An avid reader, she read through the entire Bible many times. Wells was once asked to leave the ladies' car and sit in the colored train. She refused and train officials pushed her. Ida B. Wells retaliated but was pushed off the train at the next stop. A crowd of whites applauded. She vowed to get even. 3 of her close friends were lynched for opening businesses that cut into profits of whites. Everything changed for Wells. She spoke out internationally against lynching of blacks for the rest of her life. Through her efforts, lynching in America nearly disappeared by the time of her death. An NAACP founder, we salute Ida B. Wells for Women's History Month.
Read more in the religion column of the Washington Informer, an award-winning African-American newspaper. We don't report crime or gossip, just positive news. Pick up the Washington Informer or visit us online at WashingtonInformer.com. Call 202-561-4100 for more information.
Are you planning holiday celebrations with family, friends, and all you can think about is cleaning before your guests arrive? Well, worry no more. Think Clean LLC, a minority woman-owned cleaning company located in Anacostia, specializing in residential, professional office cleaning, including Airbnb turnarounds to residential or office to the rescue. All Think Clean crew members are vaccinated. We follow CDC and EPA guidelines, and we're ready to work. All of our disinfectants, sanitizing products, and equipment are guaranteed to fight the COVID-19 virus. Mention that you heard about us on the Lyndia Grant Show through the end of December and get a 10% discount. Call us at 202-709-1980 today. Visit our website at www.thinkcleanllc.com for your free estimate. That's Think Clean, spelled with a K. Call 202-709-1980. All right, well, we're back now live talking to Connie Madison. Connie, you got a chance to hear your commercial today. Are you still there, Connie?
I'm here.
Okay, good. You heard your commercial?
Heard it. Sounds great.
All right. So we're going to continue to talk about your services. What I wanted to do is talk about some of the things, some of the discounts that you got. I know I talked about it in that, but give people some ideas about what kind of coupons you might have.
Okay, well, there's a 10% discount for first-time customers off their bill. If you refer someone, there's a $25 referral fee for new customers who sign up for cleaning.
Mm-hmm. Okay, very good. Well, I just want you all to know that I know COVID is kind of ramping up out there, but if you are having family and friends over like me, I'm having a small family gathering. It's only going to be about 7 of us, and we're all vaccinated, and we're going to have some circulation in here, open some windows and doors, and we're going to spray the house and make sure we stay safe. But before we do all of that, we still got to make sure the house is clean. So that's the part I'm trying to convince you to give Connie Madison a call. Because I'm telling you, when you're trying to work and go out and do everything every day, and then you come back and you're trying to clean your house too, as my father can say, he's gone and died and went to heaven now, but he would say, That's exactly how he would say it. It's too much. So you need somebody like Connie. And so I wanted to have her talk about some of the other projects that she has gotten. Like, I know you signed up for some contracts. I don't know if it's private or you can't name any of the companies you work for.
Oh, I can name a couple of them. As a matter of fact, I have a contract with my insurance agent, Allstate. So
good.
So we do their offices. I have condos. I have condos that we do. We do houses, of course. You know, I do church. Yeah, there are a few I can't name. But
and then you do a lot of them that might just be a one-time job.
Exactly. We do move-ins, move-outs. We do one-time. We do spring cleaning. We do just about any type of cleaning that you need. It doesn't have to be an ongoing thing, you know. One time, you could do it once a month. You could do it twice a month. You could do it once a week. You know, we cater to you. Whatever you want, how you want it. You know, we can cater to your cleaning, you know, set up a cleaning plan for you that will cater to you.
And tell them your website again. I know I said it on a commercial, but while we have time to talk about it a little bit.
Okay. The website is Think Clean. That's THINK and another K, LEANLLC.com.
Good. And the telephone number?
202-709-1980.
Okay. All right, Connie. Well, is there anything else you want to say before we close? I know we got a little extra time, so I'm going to give the listeners a little health talk while I have some extra time, since Dr. Julianne Malvo couldn't be on today. You go ahead and do your close, and you can stay on, but I'm going to talk about how to take care of yourself if you have diabetes, especially during the holiday season. Anything you want to say to close first?
No, I think you said it all, but our prices are affordable. We are trustworthy. We're reliable, and we will exceed your expectations. So,
and you also either bonded or you can get bonded.
I'm licensed, insured, can get bonded, yes.
Okay. All right. Well, you stay right there. I'm getting ready to talk about type 2 diabetes. And thank you. I'm going to talk a little bit about type 2 diabetes because it's the holiday season, and because Dr. Malvo couldn't be on, I don't want to talk about politics. I'd rather talk about something that I enjoy talking about because it'll help a lot of people. As you all know, my mother died from complications of type 2 diabetes on Christmas Day in the year 2000. So my family didn't really celebrate Christmas that much for almost 10 years. And then all of a sudden, we just decided that we would start putting up a Christmas tree and put Christmas angels on it. But almost ever since my mother passed, the very first year after her death, in 2001 for Mother's Day, I held an event at the hotel over on the Hotel Marriott over on by the zoo, and had Les Brown and his fiancee Louise, and had somebody there from American Diabetes Association. It was a breakfast because in memory of my mother, I wanted there to be people there who could talk about how to control diabetes. What in the world was it? I felt like it was like cancer, something that would just kill you and nothing you could do about it. And because I saw that happen to my mother. She had both her legs amputated. She had kidney failure. She had about 8 strokes. She couldn't even talk. And my mother was an evangelist. She was a preacher. And when she died in North Carolina, so many people tried to get to her funeral buses. One bus from New York had to turn around and go back because of the weather. It was icy and snow. But the D.C. bus did get there. And I never will forget, I heard somebody ask, who is that lady? Why is there so many people here? I couldn't say nothing because, that was my mother, and I had coordinated the funeral, and I was just heartbroken. But the way I have coped with this is to find out what happened. Why did we not know what was going on? She did have high blood pressure for many years, and we didn't know because Dr. Gail Nunley Bland from Howard University Hospital told us that back then in the 90s and the 80s, and she died on Christmas Day, they were not automatically checking your A1C to make sure that your blood sugar was normal. So because we didn't know, and nobody in our family had diabetes, and we didn't understand that whole situation. And so our mother had diabetes for many years, and we didn't know it. Now, she was a Southern woman from North Carolina, Kinston, and she was one of the best cooks you ever saw. You all from the South know what I'm talking about when I tell you, like in the South in the 50s and the 60s, they would fill up the cabinet with cakes. There might be 15 cakes. I think it's ridiculous, but that's how we did it. Coconut cake with grated coconut from the real coconut. That's what she did, was a grated coconut. Banana cakes, chocolate cakes, all kind of pies. I can't even think, pineapple. It was just everything. And she had 9 kids, and she had so much dessert, she didn't even tell us that we had to ask her for a slice. All we had to do was wash our hands, go in there and help ourselves. Eat all the cake and banana pudding and grated sweet potato pudding. All that is delicious, but that is some terrible living for diabetes. I'm going to tell you that right now. Yes, the food was good, but we did not know. We don't do that anymore. I'm having Christmas dinner at my house this year, and it's only going to be a small group of my family, but it will be a healthy meal. Because we now understand 3 things that we have to do. We have to change the way we cook. We have to stop eating so many carbohydrates and sweets. And we have to exercise. And if you have diabetes, you have to take your medications. If you're on insulin, you have to do that. But I want you to understand that exercise can make all the difference. Even if you, on Christmas Day, have some cake or have something that you don't normally have that might run your blood sugar up, not to worry. Exercise. Go take a walk. Ask some of the family to come on. When I was at a family reunion a few years ago when we were doing our normal thing, our family reunion had so much good food, and because I had already studied and started to understand what had happened to my mother, I said, come on, who's going to walk with me? We walked down that country road a long way and just had a good time, visiting family, walking together, talking, enjoying. And even when our church had our picnic at Wheaton Regional Park, a group of us took a walk. We walked down by the lake. There's a lake back there in the back of Wheaton Regional Park. I'm saying this because I want you to think about movement. I'm a substitute teacher in Montgomery County, and the other day when some kids asked me how old I am, I said, well, you tell me how old you think I am. The girl said 45. I was so tickled inside. I said, 45? What? And I said, I'm 70 years old. They like to have a fit, the kids did. I'm not bragging. I just want to say to you that when you eat healthy, you're going to get several benefits. You're going to look better. You're going to feel better. And your weight is going to go down. Your skin is going to look good. And your A1C is going to be healthy. I'm telling you, I have to run all around high school, up and down steps, up to the third floor, up to the second floor, down to the basement. I'll be running all long halls trying to hurry up and get there before the bell. It's good for me. I might not always want to do it, but it's healthy and it's good for me. So I wanted to give you all this message since I had some extra time, and it's Christmas time, and I didn't want it to be about politics. I wanted it to be about type 2 diabetes in memory of my mother, who died on Christmas Day in the year 2000, which will soon be 21 years. I don't get as sad on Christmas Day as I used to, because I know now her living will not be in vain because her daughter is here. You all know I talk about it on my radio show. I talk about it in my newspaper column. And I thank AmeriHealth for bringing me on board so that we get a chance to help other people, and can't wait till COVID will die down and so we can get back to it. But in the meantime, I try to use every opportunity I can to try to help somebody along the way, so my living won't be in vain, and so my mother's living won't be in vain. So I'm going to get ready to close now. I don't think I have a lot more time now, so let me just get ready to go to my close. Next week we're going to have a rerun show. That's going to be Christmas weekend, and I'm not doing no show on Christmas weekend, so we're just going to may have Pastor Charles Jenkins was my guest for Christmas. I think I'm going to send that so we can listen to a Christmas show when Pastor Charles Jenkins was my guest a few years ago. So like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Read my column in the Washington Informer newspaper. Every week it's there. And give us a call on 240-602-6295. We're not having service in person right now, but hopefully we'll get back to it maybe by the spring. I don't know. I can't say when that's going to happen. There's a lot going on with COVID right now. But I do want you to, if you want to join us on our teleconference, you can give us a call at 202-832-9591. We just have about an hour service at 12 noon on Sundays, All Nations Baptist Church, 202-832-9591. Our pastor can preach. I just want you to know that you'll enjoy. All right, I just want to say Merry Christmas to everybody, and I hope you all have a safe and happy holiday, and even a Happy New Year. I think I'll be back on the 31st, though. So I'm going to close with words, thoughts, and deeds have a boomerang effect. So be careful what you send out. Scripture says, my people perish for the lack of knowledge. So think of these things from the Lyndia Grant Show. I'm your host, Lyndia Grant. Until next week, good day.
Thank you for listening to the Lyndia Grant Show. Think on these things with your host, Lyndia Grant.
At Walmart, we're making it. At Walmart.